Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Kayode Adebayo. As Osun State continues to bustle in the euphoria of the 33rd anniversary of its creation, the state governor, Senator Adeleke, has solicited for the continued support of the people of the state to achieve accelerated development. He urged them to put aside political, religious, and other sentimental considerations and collectively support the state government, promising to continue to lead aright. He speaks.
And I appreciate your support. The government cannot do it alone. You have to join hands with me, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of what part of state you come from. Let us join hands together and make Osun great. Let us make sure Osun State is a reference point to other states. And join hands together and move Osun State to that promised land. So you are welcome to join me in moving Osun State forward.
In the meantime, the Nigerian military has reaffirmed its full support for democracy and unalloyed subordination to civil authorities. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa and Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, who spoke at different fora, dismissed calls for military intervention by a section of those who protested against the economic crisis early this month and some political interests. Lieutenant General Lagbaja, who spoke in Uyo during the 2024 Chief of Army Staff Combined Second and Third Quarters Conference, said the Nigerian Army will not allow itself to be used to undemocratically sell some interests to power. General Musa told the Minister of Finance, Mr. Wale Edun, who visited him, that the military will continue to defend the nation's democracy. According to him, the armed forces, in collaboration with other security agencies, are working tirelessly to ensure the safety of critical government assets and to ensure an increase in oil production to boost economic activities. The federal government has called on international media organizations to pay attention to the positive narratives coming out of Nigeria rather than concentrating only on the negatives. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, made the call during a working visit to the BBC headquarters in London. According to a statement signed by his media head, Rabiu Ibrahim, the minister's visit is part of broader efforts by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation to build bridges with both foreign and local media organizations. Mr. Idris, during the visit, stressed the importance of media houses with global influence, understanding the social, political, and cultural context of the regions they report on. The minister also addressed the growing issue of misinformation and fake news, which he described as a significant challenge for the youth in Nigeria and worldwide. In another development, the federal government has received 10,000 doses of Genius monkeypox vaccine, which is a vaccine approved by the Food and Drug Administration for the prevention of smallpox and monkeypox. Speaking during the official handover of the Mpox vaccine to Nigeria by the government of the United States of America in Abuja, the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, thanked the U.S. government for the donation, saying the federal government is committed to improving the well-being of Nigerians. Professor Pate, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Daju Kacholom, said the action is an act of cooperation and collaboration through the years, and the vaccine will be of great help to Nigerians. He noted that the Federal Ministry of Health knows the importance of having a healthy nation, and to this effect, all the policies put in place and the collaborations have to do with ensuring that citizens are healthy. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported that Nigeria had recorded a total of 40 confirmed cases of Mpox out of 830 suspected cases across the country. The Nigerian Interreligious Council has expressed sadness over the increase in the level of insecurity in the country. This is contained in a statement issued in Abuja by the Council under the leadership of the Sultan of Sokoto and President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, and the President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Archbishop Daniel Oko. The Council lamented the rates of banditry, abductions, and killings in the country, stating the need to bring the heinous act to an end. It called on the government and security agencies to intensify their efforts to eradicate the menaces in the society so that citizens can be saved. It also urged Nigerians to be cautious, vigilant, and report any suspicious activity, as security is a collective effort and not just for the government alone. And now to sports. The Nigeria's basketball team will jet out to South Africa for the FIFA Under-18 African Championship with a total of 24 players representing the country at the championship. The championship features 12 topmost national teams on the continent, namely Angola, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Egypt, Mali, Morocco, Nigeria, among others. The 12 players on the men's list are Besi Eviong, Ezekiel Oluwatemitope, Sani Samuel, Aziz Olaitan, among others, while the women's team include Pius Begi, Sheo Kadejat, John Patience, Nembam Wondu, and others. Nigerian teams are lodged in Group B, held alongside Egypt, Angola, and Uganda, while the full schedule of the tournament will be confirmed at a later date. The winners and runners-up at the tournament will represent Africa at the 2025 FIBA Under-19 World Cup in Switzerland. And now on the foreign scene. Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has announced a series of agreements with the West African nation of Mauritania to stem a surge in migrants making the dangerous Atlantic journey to the Canary Islands. Prime Minister Sanchez is on a 3-day tour of West Africa to reinforce bilateral relations with Mauritania, Gambia, and Senegal, where the majority of migrant boats reaching the Canaries are being launched from. Speaking alongside Mauritania's President Mohamed Ghazouani in the capital, Nouakchott, Pedro Sanchez said Spain will expand its circular migration program to Mauritanians and renewed cooperation between the two nations' security forces to combat people smuggling and trafficking networks. Prime Minister Sanchez added that the agreements are needs that involves certain problems and formulas must be pushed to manage the phenomenon of migration in a safe and orderly way to benefit the respective societies. In addition to the migration, the security agreements, Spain also launched a Spanish-Mauritania Business Council to boost investment and promote Spanish language and culture. Still on the foreign scene, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei has commenced negotiations with the United States over Tehran's rapidly advancing nuclear program, telling the country's civilian government that there are no barriers to engaging with its enemy. Ayatollah Khamenei's remarks set clear red lines for any talks taking place under the government of reformist President Masoud Pezeshkian and renewed his warnings that America is not to be trusted. His comments mirror those around the time of Iran's 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, which saw Tehran's nuclear program greatly curtailed in exchange for the lifting of economic sanctions. Khamenei has occasionally urged talks or dismissed them with the United States after then-President Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew America from the deal. And that ends the midday news on OSBC TV. It was edited by Adebare Ejimakinde. Please join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.